It's Renee from Let's Speak Dog. I know there's a little bit of an echo. Oh no, Jules. Let's try this again. There we go. Really, Julian? Come here, buddy. All right, I have a special guest tonight who you can tell is really excited to get out to train. I've got Jules. Jules, who is super excited to be in the training room tonight. Choo-choo. All right, tonight's lesson is going to be on yielding. And what yielding means is asking our dog through our body pressure to move out of our way, right? So when we think about animals, they have, humans too, we have a space around us where we're comfortable. And anyone will know this if you've ever spoken to someone, the old Seinfeld close talker, somebody comes in and speaks really closely to you. There's my boy. That's my boy. Break dance. That's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, hi. I know. It's so good to see you. Good job, buddy. So that close talker, that personal distance, if a human gets closer, it's about 3 feet for us. When they start to get a little bit closer than that, we kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable. We feel that proximity to them. We call that personal space for humans. But dogs and other animals are also sensitive to that. You are please. Thank you. I can. Good boy. That's a good choice, buddy. Good for you. Good for you. Good. We can use that natural sense of distance where we want to have a little bit of space from each other, and with animals, we can use that to teach what's called yielding. And all yielding simply means is that our dog moves out of our way, right? So when my husband was still alive, I could always tell when he was trying to get somewhere and the dogs were getting in his way. I'd be like, dog underfoot, the dog's underfoot. And I'm like, they know, excuse me, just tell them excuse me and they'll move for you. So that's the skill we're going to work on tonight. And for anybody who's ever walked into a house with, you've got your work bag and groceries and you're trying to walk through and you have multiple dogs or even one dog sometimes, and you feel like you're tripping over your dog and you're getting into each other's space, this is a really helpful skill for them to learn. Let me just see who's here and if I had any questions. Hey guys. All right, so yielding. Jules, come. Thank you. Good. Nice job, buddy. So first I need my dog's attention and then let's take his brain. Yeah, I know, I had to use Julian tonight, right? It was this turn to come out. I just need to let him do this because he's golden. Good boy. All right, so I'm going to have a couple of things. One, I'm going to take this leash off because I don't need it and it's going to get in my way. And I'm going to put cookies in both hands. Come here, get out. Good boy, have a seat. Thank you. Sit. Thanks. I want cookies in both hands, and when I step, I'm going to step toward the dog, but I'm not going to stand him. I'm not going to step toward his head, because if I do, he's going to sit. Good boy, yeah. So instead of doing this and pushing the sit, which is naturally what the dog is going to do, excuse me, it's allergies, I swear, it's not COVID. Stand. Good. I'm going to step to the dog toward the shoulder. And as I step toward that shoulder, I'm going to wait and see, yes, if he starts to move away. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the dog to start to move away. So I've got him up in a stand. I'm going to walk toward his shoulder. Yes. I'm going to mark that with a yes or with a click. I can use a clicker for this. Here, buddy. You got it. Good. Come. All right, stand. There we go. Good. I'm going to come in. I'm going to move toward his body. Good. You'll notice that I'm tossing the food away from him. So I don't want... Good boy. I don't want to keep it here, because if I do this, then part of what I'm doing is putting my point of reinforcement on my body. And if I want my dog to yield and move away from me for my personal space, the last thing that I want to do is be paying them close to me, so I'm paying them to stay near me. So instead I want them to move away. So your point of reinforcement is going to be off your body. So just toss that treat away. All right, so I got my dog, I'm going to step in toward him. Good. Now I want you to notice some fun stuff. So this is the first piece to yielding. So the dog is moving out of my way. Hey, buddy. Jules, I'm going to switch you out for your sister if you're not going to pay attention. Hey, bud. As the dog is moving out of my way is when I want to call or start to name this action, right? So in this case, I'm going to call this excuse me. And as he moves away is when I'm going to use that cue, right? Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know. We had a little girl in season in here, and this is an intact male, so we've got nose on the ground. Let's see if I can get him back up. Hey, buddy. Up, up, up. Hello. Yay. Let's play. You ready? Good. I'm going to walk in toward him. Excuse me. As he moves, good boy, away from me, I'm going to name this. Excuse me. Good. I'm going to pay off my body because I want the point of reinforcement to be away from me. I want the dogs to move as I walk through. One of the things you might notice about this, excuse me, is he's naturally offering me a backup. So on the challenge page, those of you who've been following and joining in the monthly challenge, on our challenge page, some people ask me, how do I teach my dog to back up? So one of the things when you're working yielding, you may find some little special ways that your dog moves or other things that they're doing. So I could actually, now that he's doing this and backing up, I could actually shift gears, and I'm going to move toward him. And I can actually start to work on the backup if I wanted to. The other thing I noticed when I first was playing with yielding is if I walk toward the shoulder, oftentimes, let's see if I can get him to do it. That's it, good. You'll actually see the front legs cross. And you could also play with those movements and those behaviors and then put them on cue. You could do it. Good. If they get too focused on the food, just put the food behind your back. All right. Hey, bud. Good boy. So for him, if I move this way, he backs up. Good. And you notice I'm still reinforcing off my body. Yeah, I know. I thought you cleaned this floor up. Good. I could also, if he's here and I walk in toward the shoulder and walk this way. Yeah, we're seeing if I can get actually a front foot cross. He's like, not sure how to do that, but I can play with it. Good, stand up. Thank you, good boy. So I move in, good, he yields. Okay, so this is a simple, thank you, yielding exercise that should and hopefully will be a big help to you. Okay, so that was the main focus of what I wanted to work on tonight. Was getting you guys to have a cue that means get out of my way. All right, which is excuse me, stay. Let me just see if we have any other questions on this. All right, so that's the excuse me cue. And then we talked about other things that happen when you're working on this yielding that your dog might offer. They might start to sidestep or side pass for you. You could actually click and reinforce that if you wanted to play with it. The way you approach the dog as you walk into them may bring up some really fun stuff for you to play with, okay? So break, good boy. My dog's in front, I can actually work on him, good. As I start to lean forward, you'll notice my pressure is actually pushing him back and I'm getting a straight back up from this. So Evelyn Kondash, if you're watching tonight and you're working on, a straight back up. Stand, good. And you want to know ways to teach it, good. Your body pressure moving in can move the dog back. Now, he's moving back on this, so I wanted to start to name it and work distance on this back up, and this was last month's challenge. I can use that little bit of body pressure, good boy, and I can actually start to name this, or I can start to add a hand signal to it. Back, good. Make sure that you click and reinforce away from your body. Good boy, back, good. Now he's starting to get this, and I can work on him backing up all the way across the room. Hopefully you can see him. Good boy. Ready? Back. Yay! Good for you. Good. Since I'm not using my body to manipulate how he's moving, I naturally get a straight back. Back. Good. Nice job, buddy. All right, so have fun playing with that. The other thing you can play with is trying to work on, stand. Thank you, stand. Work on getting a side pass. Sometimes walking in toward the shoulder. Good. We'll get that. He wants to back up from it. So I have to play with where my hand position is and see if my body pressure, I don't want to walk into him. I'm looking for, come on, bud. Let's see if I can get you to do it. That's it. Good. Start to see if I can get that across. So spatial pressure is something that you can use when you're training. It's a way to get particular behaviors to happen. Once you get the behavior to happen, then you can start to name that behavior, which is putting it on cue. All right? So, excuse me is the first part. Hey, buddy. Good. I'm walking in, I've got my groceries. Excuse me. I'm looking for my dog to get out of my bag. Okay, good job, bud. I can also use those different things that naturally occur from body pressure. Walking into the shoulder. There, good boy. To start to work on things like a side pass. I know Judy Cherry, I don't know if you're watching tonight, I was watching the news, but you were talking to me about how can I get a side pass. Yes, you can use sticks, you can use, spanking sticks we used to call them. You can use things like that, but you can also just simply use point of reinforcement and body pressure. He has a little more trouble going this way. That's a little bit better. There you go, almost, good. He's a little trouble going this way, he actually passes better the other way. So if I switch my hand and go to this side, and I start to move in this way, come on, come up, good. I'm going to walk it, change my angle to see if I can get it. Almost. And play a little bit. It's like, I don't know what you want. All right. Anyway, guys, that's our virtual classroom lesson for tonight. The only other thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to spatial pressure in dogs is their natural pressure dog to dog is actually 10 to 15 feet. So if you have a dog that's uncomfortable with other dogs and you're not sure why occasionally they're being set off, or you have difficulty, you notice they become tense, keep in mind that close talker, right? For the human, it's from 2 feet to 3 feet, but we want to go whoa. For dogs, their distance is more 10 to 15. So as that other dog they don't know comes in closer, that's when you may see your dog start to get tense. You may see them throwing calming signals, stress signals to the other dog to get the dog to back off on space. All right, that's our virtual lesson for tonight. Thanks, guys. Throw your ideas back out, and I will share and pick some of those for tomorrow night. I'm trying to stick with manners stuff, but we'll get the challenge stuff up and going too. I know there's some people that were talking about working on their hold that were having trouble. Anyway, have a great night, and I hope you all stay healthy. Thanks.